my goal for this was to do something a bit bigger than I could normally do at a jam because I do a lot of like weekend jams, but I'm also a fan of larger, more complicated games that have a lot of like fiddly bits in them. So I kind of just wanted to embrace that and make a game with a bunch of fiddly bits and numbers and complicated details, and just like go all in on that. So I basically spent all my time setting up this framework with like all this UI and like inventory system and stuff you can equip and all these details that don't really matter in the end. But the gameplay itself is this sort of I guess you would call it a beat 'em up where you're casting spells, moving around and casting spells with the mouse. You like draw a circle in different like amounts of arc to cast a spell. You can right click to do a different spell, and there's like different ones you can equip. I didn't really make like levels, although I have a plan for stuff. I kind of just made this tutorial level as a way to ensure that it would actually work. But this is kind of the idea that drawing the circles is like your ability, and there's a bunch of different nuances as to how that works in different situations. So just to show more of that, there's like you can change your loadout of like spells, just different things I'm trying out here. You can change your appearance kind of for no reason. I want to make equipment actually do something, but one of the things I find most annoying or most difficult sort of post jam is if I ever have to go back and add like structural stuff that involves overhauling the whole game, I tend to get stuck on that. So I kind of wanted to get all that structural stuff in place right off the bat here so that when I go post jam and add content to this, all the headaches are sort of out of the way. So yeah, here I've got like a different kind of spell that it picks like the first direction you aimed at, and then as you grow it out, it like repeatedly shoots in that direction. Kind of weird. This other one, like if you draw perfect 90-degree angles, it like gets really powerful at those particular angles. Kind of strange, but it's just fun to have a system to mess around with stuff like that in. Yeah, so I set up a bunch of frameworks. I spent like 3/4 of my time on UI probably because it's like a whole bunch of elements and stuff in there. I have tons of ideas for like stories and enemy designs and spells and a lot of even more details to go into this, but I'm happy with kind of the amount of the format that I could spell out. There's a lot of like things you can unlock by spending items on stuff, and you can get crafting recipes to turn items into other items and all this like needlessly detailed manipulation of the items you have and messing around with stuff like that. But yeah, with all these systems in place, I want to sort of I'm hoping to post a demo on the weekend after I can like tie up some loose ends and figure out a name for this thing. But yeah, sort of post demo, I want to just fill it out with stuff and make more of like an actual game now that I have this scaffolding all built out and don't have to worry about the stuff that takes a bunch of time.